Hi, my name is Link. I'll be doing a crafting video on how I crafted my gear for my Cold Reap Raider character in Arch Nemesis League. Um, so yeah, let's get started. So starting with the Sceptre, you can see it's a +2 spell skill Sceptre with Fizz conversion, crit multi, and cast speed. So basically what I did for this one is I started with a scepter like this, and then I bought a base that had, let me see this. I started with a base that had T2 cast spell damage and +1 spell skills. And then from here, you can pretty much guarantee everything else on here. I think on my suffixes, I had like some like random stuff like this, and then like one more thing on this. So if you want to guarantee +1 fizz damage, I think this is pretty well known by now. But you can just cannot roll attack mods and then harvest Aug Fizz it. And if you do Aug Fizz, it always guarantees +1 fizz skill gems. So now that our prefixes are done, from here, what I did was prefixes can't be changed. Why can't I put this on for some reason? Okay, anyways, prefixes can't be changed, and then I scoured it. So I wiped my suffixes, and then from here I did a Redeemer orb, I believe, or was it Crusader? Oh, it was a Crusader orb. Like Crusader orbed it, and basically, if you hit Fizz damage converted to cold, then you're good. If not, then what you need to do is do prefixes can't be changed, and then augment reforge fizz. And basically, you do this until you get cold damage. So now that we have cold damage, what we do now is we add multi-mod with prefixes can't be changed, and then we do an ashling, which is like that. And it's a 1 in 3 chance to hit one of the mods that we crafted. If you hit this mod, if you hit the Crusader influence mod, then you have to basically redo all the steps. But if you manage to hit it, then we unveil it, and we try to unveil something good. In this case, we hit nothing good, so we'll do it again, and we basically do it until we hit crit multi or the cast speed. In this case, I basically did it until I hit crit multi, crit multi, crit multi, crit multi, crit multi. Okay, whatever. I don't. This guy doesn't want to show up, but you know, that's how I did it. You know, that's. Wow, did I really get unlucky? Like lucky with my thing? Okay, here we go. We got crit multi here, and then afterwards we hit cast speed, or we bench to cast speed for the final outcome, which goes like this. Wow, why can't I remove this? I don't know why. And yeah, that's our scepter. For my gloves, what I did was, I think I just like did harvest reforges until I hit spell suppression, with T1 spell suppression and T1 life, and then you just do an ashling unveil, and then once you hit the ashling unveil, like it's pretty straightforward, right? If you have an open suffix, then you can craft the attack and cast speed while focused, which is pretty important. Onto our belt. Belt is really easy to craft, and starting with here, go to jewelry belt. We have a Stygian Vise. So we're gonna basically what we did was the only way you can create a hunter base is to exalt slam it with a hunter slam, or you can slam it with other exalted orbs, and then do the swap jewelry influence using harvest craft. But in this case, we can start from here. And basically, it's pretty straightforward. What we do is we have our catalyst, so we do 4, and then we Alkit, and then we do Harvest Life Reforges until we hit T1 life and T1 life and T1 max percentage life. And it'll take a couple of tries. You just kind of like run like a bunch of harvests until you hit it, and eventually you'll hit something similar to this. You know, you can do like Reforge Likelies, which is what I did. But okay, here, let me alk this. Trying to figure out how to. How do I manually add the life thing? Okay, so we have life here. Life here. Okay. So anyways, you're basically gonna get something most likely similar to this, right? You're gonna have like 3 prefixes, and what you need to do here is annul it down until you have 2 prefixes. So it's gonna take a couple of tries, and eventually you're gonna have a base like this. Once you have a base like this, what you can do now is do prefixes can't be changed, and then do reforge crit. And that'll always guarantee you a gain of flash charge when you deal a critical strike. From here, you can do prefixes can't be changed again, and then do reforge chaos. And what you can do is do reforge chaos until you hit a good chaos tier. Okay, in this case we hit T1 chaos, and then we do prefix. Now we do multi-mod. Prefixes can't be changed, and then we do Ashling Unveil until we hit one of the crafted mods, and then hopefully we hit hybrid. We hit hybrid here. We remove our mod craft, and then we do crit chance is lucky while focused. And yeah, that's probably the best way to go about crafting a belt like this. If you don't care about the chaos res, one thing you can do is do prefixes can't be changed, and then do reforge caster. And what this does is when you do reforge caster, it gives us this T1 cast speed during any flask effect, and then we can basically do the thing that I told you about before, which is Ashling Unveil until you hit hybrid chaos res, and then from here craft Divine Alchem. So yeah, this would be probably like the best DPS belt, as well as giving us huge amounts of survivability and utility. So it's actually pretty easy to craft. It just takes some time and repetition, because there's like the chance that you might miss on your nulls. There might be a chance you might miss on your Ashling Unveils, and so on and so forth. For my boots, exactly the same way I crafted my gloves. Basically just wanted life and spell suppression, and then I did Ashling Unveil until I hit the T1 movement speed, and then just some res. For the implicits, you just kind of spam them until you hit them. Pretty straightforward. My helmet, I think I just chucked a bunch of essences at it until I hit like a good life roll and res. So I think you know, when it comes to like crafting anything like these, like essences help, fossils help, harvests help. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, I'd say. My chest. Okay, so the chest is pretty easy. So we're gonna go to here. Okay, new item. We're gonna start with the Satis Garb, and the Satis Garb has the highest amount of evasion and ES. One thing you could do is go for the Carnal armor if you want more ES, if you don't care about the evasion as much. We're gonna start with a. You can either start with Hunter or Redeemer. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to get the spell crit mod. And the best way to guarantee to get spell crit on a Hunter mod is to reforge caster until you hit T1 cast speed, or T1 spell crit. and it's really easy to do. It should be like 1 and 3 because there's only 3 caster mods on a chest. Dex int body armor. Let me show you guys that really quick. Body armor, dex int. So you can see here on the hunter tag we have 3 tiers. T3, we have 2 tiers. Tier 2 and tier 1. And then we have apply an additional curse. And you can see when we reforge caster, we have the potential to roll an additional curse. So we basically roll until we hit T1 caster or T1 spell crit, and then we awaken orbit with the Redeemer mod, which is our effect. And I'm not sure how I can. Oh, I see. Here, let me do this. I've actually never done this before, but create new item, body armor, dex int with a status garb, wherever Redeemer. The best way to get our effect is to just chaos spam it until you hit our effect, or harvest spam it. Just like whatever you want to do until you get this mod T1 R effect. Okay, so now that we have this and we have the isolated version, we're gonna awaken orbit with this. Ooh, okay, well, sure, you know what? That's cool, it doesn't work. So let me do this really quick, create new item. Dex int, we have status garb, so we have hunter redeemer, and then we're going to add the mods. Yeah, spell crit, and we have our effect. And then in this case, our chest rolled cold res, right? So we're gonna add cold res here, T3 cold res. Okay, so this is what my chest kind of looked like. I think I had like, I'm pretty sure I had like T1 life actually. I'm not even joking. But what you need to do from here is if you have 3 prefixes, so say you end up like a chest like this when you roll it on the awaken orb, then you need to do a harvest craft, keep suffixes, reforge prefix. So reforge, keep suffixes until you have 1 or 2 prefixes, and then from here you do suffixes can't be changed, and then the reforge caster. And reforge caster will always guarantee you the additional curse. And ideally you have open prefix and open suffix, but say you get something like this, right? This is where the expensive part happens. What you can do now is do suffixes can't be changed, and ashling it until you remove the mod. What did I remove? I'm so confused. Okay, well, oh wait, hold up. Undo. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so now we hit that mod, and then hopefully we get max life. Oh, we did it. Okay, okay, here we go. So we got max life here, and now we can do craft life as max ES. And boom, our chest is done. And then with this chest, you can just chuck it into the double corrupt until you get +2 AoE. And that's basically how I made my chest. Pretty easy. For my rings, what I did was I spammed caster reforges from harvest until I hit T1 cast speed, a good suffix, and T1 life. Just did that a bunch on like 10 vermilion rings until I hit something that I was able to use. For this one, I basically did the same thing. The only difference was that I had a shaper and redeemer base, and I literally spent like, I don't know, like thousands of harvest, caster harvest until I had those suffixes. Once you have those suffixes, what you can do is lock suffixes and then reforge life. Or sorry, you can reforge caster actually. So let me show you guys that really quick. probably the last item. So you have a Vermilion, Redeemer, Shaper Ring. Your suffixes are going to be like that. Cast speed. I think we had fire res on this, right? Yeah, so we had like T2 fire res, I think. We have cast speed. Okay, so this is what our suffixes are gonna look like. And then what we do is we do prefixes on the bench. Suffixes can't be changed. And then we do reforge caster. And what that does is we have a very good chance of rolling this mod. Why is my control Z not working here? So you can see we have T2 caster, T1 mana, and let me show you what the ring looks like, the mods. So on the Shaper end we have three caster mods, and on the Redeemer we have 0 caster mods on the prefixes. So it's a 1 in 3 chance if you do this route to hit life gain on hit. And once we get life gain on hit, what we can do is do suffixes can't be changed again, and then we just do Ashling Unveil until we hit the life mod. Before you do this, you should craft mana on it, because it'll give you like a 50% chance at unveiling life. And yeah, we got it. So cool. And then afterwards, from here, we can remove our crafted mod and craft, what did I craft on this? Oh, life regen. You know, you can craft whatever prefix you're missing. So for the most part, most of my items were deterministically crafted. You can see, takes quite a bit of tries and a lot of money. And that's pretty much why this build is like a 200 exalt build. But it's nice still because, like, you know, it's nice that you have a goal in mind, because all you really need is money if you want to make this build. It's like, it doesn't take like these like really insane drops or anything like that. If you're able to farm up on a different character, you're able to replicate this build. But yeah, hope that covers most of the crafting, and hope you guys learned something about how I went about it. And if you play this build, hope you guys enjoy. That's it for me. Thanks. Bye.